ministry. There are people who do ministry, at this level. Was it Bishop? Was it Pastor Ernest was giving us a funny story about a man who Bishop invited and was concerned about where will he sit. So these things really exist. One day, a preacher was preaching and called another preacher friend whilst preaching, and some preachers came and met him and said, "You shouldn't have called that person friend now. That as you called him friend, you are giving him ranking." They are very crazy, crazy things. I remember one time invited the preacher, put a name, a title, and we got a call and said that title is not yet complete. There's another one we're meant to add to it. Yeah, an official call, not official, that the title was not complete. And what they wanted us to add was not in the scripture. Of course, we added it. If you want it, you can have it. There's no whatever you want us to call you, we'll call you. If you're a boy, so we should call you girl, we'll call you girl. So to deny the power of God is to allow these things stay. You get the point? So we have to, we have to work on it. Pastor DJ has said too many profound things, that I can't begin to. When did Jane join the choir? Did she use leg? You didn't tell me about Jane. You didn't mention her those on internship. You can sit down. She's using Toyosi's leg to enter this. Corruption in the house of God. All the people you mentioned to me, you didn't mention Jane. Did you? Yesterday I thought it was a mistake when I saw her. Today I now see that it's not a mistake. Toyosi. And now bringing all your people into the... You see, if you get into a factory that produces a product, if you can get yourself on the line, if a bottle gets itself on that line, Coke will enter. That's what God said I should tell you. Coke will enter. Sometime you get to a place, it's a factory already. Just go and stay on the line. You know those lines that is Coke will enter. Don't go and look for Coke outside. Don't just stay. So sometimes you just find is this superstructure or substructure now? How did they say it? How did we used to say it in political science that year? We have forgotten. Just find it. You find it. Don't be creative. Don't be creative. You'll be creative later. Just find it. And you find the factory. You see the factory. Then just stay. Coke must enter. So when God brings you to a place sometime, He might inspire you to just step in. He would most likely inspire you to just step in, especially when you have not made so great of the life before. It's unfair to be proud when you have failed too many times. There's nothing as irritating as the argument of a failure. It's always annoying when you hear somebody having too many opinions when he doesn't have fruit. Because even those who have fruit are quiet, but you who don't have fruit. So when you get to a factory, you just step in, and then Coke will enter, And people would say, you have turned to coke. So thank God for this factory. It's a scripture Pastor Obi preached, I remember again. He said, even if you are a fool. He said, if you stay in that lane thing, I don't want to know many things. I said, God, what is that? What is that one thing? Sometimes I say, God, what do you want me to know? Sometimes I ask God, Father, how do we take this house to the next phase? I don't just want to say, take this house to the next phase, take this out to the Lord. No. What's that one thing that if I do, it will bring a catalyst effect? And you can ask God even for the things, you can ask God for your business. Say, what should I do? For your marriage, you can ask God and say, what's that one thing I need to do? So you don't have to be, and that's why some failures are angry that people who they think they are more brilliant than are succeeding. Like Kilomo, to be popular, Kilomo. You might know 25 irrelevant things, and that person might know the one thing that matters. I was 16 years old. I can't forget. I've told you before. When I heard people talking about people in their 30s and 40s talking about if I had known. You see, that statement troubled me and put fear in me. I said, if they had known. That I want to in my uni days, if I had known. And I said, that thing that they now know, is it that the knowledge never existed when they were younger? The truth is the knowledge existed, but it was above their pay grade. Now that they have now grown, they now know. So it's not as if the knowledge did not exist, but the knowledge was in their future. But are they going to be the first person to go to the future? Should be others to have gone to that future. Why not meet those who have gone to the future, who are already in your future, and tell them, what do you wish you knew when you were here? Do you understand my analogy? If they tell you, then you can now practice it. And it was that time, I can't forget this. That was when my quest for wisdom began to develop. Because there is an arrogance that your present state, when you are brilliant in your state, you have an assumption that brilliance is enough. But for you to be an enigma, you must have a brilliance beyond your state. So what I did was, I made sure that